Hey everybody, welcome to Live with Insomniac. This is episode 2 coming at you from Burbank, California in our live stream studio, the crew at Insomniac Games, and we're here to introduce you to some more folks from the team. We're going to play some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which came out yesterday on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. We're obviously working on a Marvel game ourselves, so we're super excited to play this one. It's going to get a little competitive here on the couch today. Maybe we'll drag some other people in to play. Maybe we'll even go online and get really destroyed. We'll find out soon. I'm going to introduce you to our players today. Joining me on the couch from your left to right. We have Oscar Gomez, who's a senior UI artist at Insomniac Games.
Hi guys.
Next to him is James Ham, who is one of our animators.
Hello.
And finally, Adam Corleone. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that works. Let's go with it.
No, it wasn't right, was it?
Yeah, no, it was good.
Okay, all right, cool.
You got it.
Who is a combat designer at Insomniac, and all three gentlemen on this couch today are working on Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, Marvel Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. And we're not going to talk about that much today, but we will hear more about all of these guys, and we'll check out Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is... I think everyone on this couch likes fighting games.
I'm ready.
Yeah. We have a combat designer who should like fighting games. So I'm actually going to pass the controllers off here, and I don't know who gets to fight first between these two.
I'm going
He's
first.
going in. Yeah.
But we'll get into some battle mode real quick, and two-player. I think you're player number 1, Adam, so you get to cue this up.
No one's played this yet, right?
No one has played.
All right.
I don't believe... Actually, I played a few rounds this morning.
Did you?
I practiced.
Okay.
I cheat. I am a cheater. Like, I have a slight advantage today.
All
I
right.
played yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Did you already get the game then?
Yeah. So
That's all right.
A little bit of practice, but we'll see.
I mean,
Okay.
obviously, I have to pick Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I got it.
Well, you guys.
I got it.
So one of the things about Marvel vs. Capcom is it's always been a tag team game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and in previous editions of the game, you were tag teaming 3 characters in and out. But Infinite, you tag team 2 characters, but you get an Infinity Stone.
Mm-hmm.
How do those work? Have you played with it much?
Yeah. The Infinity Stone works like a skill that you have in game, and it's a level up when you get it, and you activate that, and you get a few things to do. Like you can block enemies, you can
Alright, let's see.
put energy on your enemies, or you could even do more damage on those.
Got it. So
That's
each.
really cool.
So and they have like 2 different combo levels or something. Is that you get a first one? So you can actually even revive someone with the Soul Stone. It looks like. So essentially, you're picking 2 characters and a stone to use. So there's a lot of different combinations. So what do we got? We got Spider-Man, Dante from Devil May Cry, Ryu from Street Fighter, and Rocket Raccoon. But he looked like Groot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also has
Groot.
good.
Nice. Okay. All right. So I don't know. This is tough. James and Adam drove Spider-Man demos at E3 for me. So it's hard to pick a favorite right now between who I think is going to win. But I think I'm going to put my money on Adam to take this.
That's a good bet. It's an easy bet.
Your combat designer.
Yeah.
So wait, Adam, you're Spider-Man?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, look at coming out strong. All right.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, so you've already seen this. Like, switching is gigantic, and it's even more important, I think, in the new game. And you can switch at any time and like continue your combo. So Oscar, how did you get into fighting games? Like what?
Oh well, start with the Street Fighter
Yeah.
1, the very
no.
classic one from the 80s,
Oh.
and I get really interested
Accident.
in fighting games from there.
What fighting games have been your favorite?
Oh my god.
Over the years, I think it's
That was
Mortal
close.
Kombat. My
Street
favorite
Fighter.
one.
If
I
only
got you, dude. I got you. I
I
got
knew
you.
how I was
And
doing that.
Maximum Spider.
Maybe Mortal Kombat is the second one.
I always loved Mortal Kombat on the Genesis.
Yeah, that was really cool.
So it looks like
this is it.
Oh!
All right, get out of there, Spidey. Dude, that's unfair.
You know,
Your
I
character's
thought
so
Adam
small.
was way in the
That's
lead.
kind of why I
and,
chose him.
That was a
advantage at
giant.
least.
Cheating, dude.
It's your combat designer. Though. So that in itself.
I hear excuses, James. I hear excuses.
That tiny hitbox, I can't. What am I supposed to do?
Hit low, hit low.
So you can activate the stun with the L1
Okay.
on the fly, and they give you pouts.
Okay.
Yeah, like you definitely have like.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, Spider-Man.
Wow, cool combo.
Huh.
That hurt.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing Spidey doing some work here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow. So Adam
touche.
takes round one.
You know what? It was closer than I thought it would be. Say that.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal.
Okay. Now my turn.
So I think James now.
The last Street Fighter game I played was Street Fighter Alpha 2, so I was basing it off those controls from like the PS1 days.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Have you played any fighting games between now and then?
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Mortal
the
Kombat.
recent ones.
Yeah,
Pretty
9
good.
and 10. So.
All right. So maybe a little rust to knock
So,
off.
oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
So you've been an animator now at Insomniac for
Almost a year.
almost a year.
It'll be a year on Halloween.
How did you get into animation?
Through watching God of War, playing God of War, and watching their parties on the special features. Between God of War and Uncharted, those were the games that were like, all right, this is the field I want to go into. And then when I went to Full Sail University, and animation was the first class I didn't get an A in. So that kind of drove it for me to become an animator.
Because you were like challenged by it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And so you studied. Where'd you study animation?
Full Sail University.
Okay. All right. So we got a mirror match of two Ryus, and is that Ghost Rider behind Ryu?
Dormammu.
Who is it?
Wait, no.
Dormammu.
Oh, okay. Okay. Turn it up.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God. That corner pressure. Get away.
Oh man.
Get me out.
Oh man.
Now.
No.
Oh.
Can I punish or do nothing? There it goes. Alright, I gotta get you out of there.
We get Dormammu versus Spider-Man.
You guys ready for it? This is how I'm gonna play. Oh no!
What is going? Oscar.
I can't do anything. It's okay.
He's got you on lock.
Man. So strong that Dormammu, huh?
Well, just think, if you come back from this, it's the greatest comeback
Greatest
of all
comeback.
time.
Ever.
Danico asks, Danico92 asks you, James, what's the most difficult animation? Well, I'm not answering that question about Spider-Man, but talk about some of the animations you've done. What have you found difficult to animate, not necessarily related to Spider-Man, unless it's something people have already seen from Spider-Man?
Nice.
Nah,
Oh
not,
no!
not yet, nothing from Spider-Man that you've seen yet. I'd probably say one of the most
one.
difficult animations I've done was on Uncharted 4.
Okay.
In Uncharted 4, I had a sequence where
fight.
I had Sam climbing up a crane. The
Uh-huh.
crane was falling and Sam had to climb up. However, that piece got cut from the game. But that was probably difficult because I was animating the crane, Sam climbing up, as well as Drake.
Try another.
Drake jumping to safety. So
Nice. So so you worked on Uncharted 4. What was that experience like?
stressful.
Yeah?
Considering it's the first job I've gotten in the industry. And I went in, they were like, you're going to be working 60 hours a week. So I went in working 60 hours a week and then learning all the tools. On top of that, trying to keep up with the peers as far as animation standards. So, I mean, it was definitely a huge learning curve and a great experience over there.
Nice. That's awesome. It's pretty great to come out of college, go work on Uncharted 4, and now you're working on Spider-Man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Definitely a great opportunity.
You've been accused, Adam, of picking all of the overpowered heroes by provoking a storm. So I don't know if Adam is back at his desk, like looking up who the best characters are. And
I would never do that.
I feel like it's exactly what you did. I need to be paying more attention to who he's picking. So we've got Nova versus Mega Man X. I believe Mega Man X is new, right?
No, I think it's new for this series. But he appears in.
Well, I mean, I know. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, for the Marvel series. And then we got Mega Man X versus Thor. Oh.
No.
I've always loved how out of control Marvel vs. Capcom is, like just with full screen stuff going on, and like the unbelievable combos. And in some ways, I always thought it was kind of a game that was balanced because everything was so imbalanced. Like everything was so out of overly kind of superpowered.
It's very chaotic.
Yeah.
Nice.
People are already starting to chant for Corey. Hey, I haven't even played yet, guys. And you already know I suck from Spyro. I get it. It's fine.
Oh my god. Ugh. Good move. I think this is it.
How is for James working like in games in terms of now actually animating in games for a couple? You've been on a couple projects out of school. How did that change? How was the reality of doing it change versus your expectation when you were in college?
In college, I felt like a lot of it was just a still shot, and you just animate to whatever that camera was. Because when I went to school, I learned for cinematic, not necessarily games, but for film animation. Versus when I got in games, I'm realizing, oh, you're using different cameras to add to the story elements. So right now I'm a cinematic animator, and using cameras is just as important, if not more important, than the actual animations themselves, because you get to tell a story through the cameras.
Got it.
And that's probably one of the biggest aspects that I've learned since I've been in the industry so far.
Nice. Yeah. Having all that control, that
I think this is it.
this may be the end of Adam's reign at the top.
Yeah, I'm not feeling confident.
If you're just joining us, this is Insomniac Live. We are playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite today, which came out yesterday. And we've got Oscar Gomez, who's a senior UI artist here. James Ham, winner keeps the controller.
Okay.
James Ham is one of our animators, and Adam Corleone is a combat designer with us today. And we've been talking a little bit with James about animating. He's working on Spider-Man right now, but we were talking about his career and starting at Full Sail, and now worked on Uncharted 4, and now is here working on Spider-Man with us. So, and the chat is asking for Corey. Let me lose first before we ask for Corey. I don't know, where should we play? What have we not played in? Alright, Gravitron Core. Alright, let's do it. Well, I'm gonna pick. I don't know who's overpowered because I didn't look it up like Adam. Well, I got to do my boy Rocket, and because I love the Guardians.
Height advantage.
You know what? I'm gonna go all Guardians of the Galaxy here with Gamora and Rocket.
James, were you a Spider-Man fan to begin with?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Spider-Man fan too, but I love. Oh, wait.
Both of you.
Got it. You're a big.
But I was
going
to talk to the one without the controller, so you guys can focus.
No, that's great. Thank you. It's confusing the two of us.
Yeah, Spider-Man has been my favorite hero since I was in first grade.
Awesome.
So, and you?
Yeah, I'm a big Spider-Man fan as well. He's my favorite superhero as well. What was your favorite part about working at E3?
Getting rid of the nerves is probably my favorite part of it, just because the first few playthroughs were like draining.
Yeah,
but
sure.
No, just I think the best part was realizing that we were actually playing, seeing the crowd react to if we get hit. They're like, "Oh, he's actually playing. This isn't just them pretending to play."
Yeah, no,
that
totally.
That was definitely a big aspect of it. And what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a big part of it as well. You know, is like it's easy to look at the video and think that like maybe we did fake it, but
Yeah.
you know, there's so many different ways to play the game. It was really exciting to have so many players at E3 just kind of go out there and each do their own style. Like it was really cool to see, and being in that theater was just awesome.
Yeah.
Super
So how would you describe your style as far as when you played at E3?
I think I like to use maybe some more aerial stuff than a lot of people. Like combining some air attacks with webbing is always a lot of fun. Just seeing how you can mix the two up and combine them is really cool. I think people are gonna have a lot of fun picking how they want to play Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I definitely
no.
agree with that. And to answer that for myself, not necessarily air attacks, but as far as I would knock them in the air, and I like to use webbings while I'm in the air
Nice,
to try to
nice.
pin them against the wall up high, like as high as possible. So
Awesome,
I'll do a web mine against the ceiling, have it go into the ceiling and stuff, and
Awesome.
doing things like that as far as, again, combining combos, mixing up web attacks with air attacks, and
Definitely.
everything.
Definitely. Yeah, and man, it's like probably my favorite moment though has to be when we were just starting E3, like before the show floor even opened up. Hideo Kojima had stopped by, and so getting to see Scott play it in front of him was a lot
Brutal.
of fun because, you know, I mean, who isn't a fan of his games?
That-
Wait, sorry, is it over?
That was
Yeah, that was
That's
fast.
really
Oh
fast.
man,
Yeah.
James, other James.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Adam, well, all right, fine. Provoking a storm asks, how much can you lift?
Oh my God, that's not a lot.
What was the? I saw. Well, okay. Yeah, ask that question again, Luke. Look sharp. I didn't see it before. Maybe. No, actually, maybe I do see it. Oscar, someone asked, how do you go about choosing fonts for menu and UI designs?
Well, it's about inspiration and about to select the right font that apply for the overall history of the game and to apply to overall style. So it's kind of tricky, but in Spider-Man we select a really cool, nice font to apply on all the history and all the visual that we create for the game.
That's cool. How did you start doing UI design?
Oh, I started with an MMORPG company like 2 years ago. My first one was on Carabine Studios.
Okay.
And I made one start, so I create all the UI. For those, a lot of icons, windows, and all the stylish for those games.
Got it. I think I'm going to try talking to you while you play to see if we can handicap you a little bit.
Okay.
Make it tricky.
That'll help.
That helps, yeah.
If you have more questions, Provoking a Storm asked. Actually, I'll ask this first, since Adam, what action games do you draw? Well, all right. What action games do you draw inspiration from in combat design for general? Like,
that's a
what
good
games? What games have inspired you combat-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously a huge fan of combat action games, you know, fighting games as well. But my favorite games are, you know, I'm a huge Platinum Games fan. I love games like Bayonetta. Metal Gear Rising is another awesome one. But can't leave out the God of War series. Like, it's an incredible series. But yeah, like pretty much all the big ones. I don't think I have anything super out of left field. You know, Bayonetta, Ninja Gaiden, like all those big ones were a huge inspiration for me.
Ninja Gaiden I always loved, like especially like the
Yeah.
Xbox, the
Amazing.
Xbox one.
Yeah,
dude.
the black one is
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, I'm now gonna try and provoke Oscar as much as I can to see if we can get a win against him. So which one was your favorite fighting game, Oscar?
Right now?
What's your favorite fighting game or favorite fighting game of all time?
Probably maybe Street Fighter is my favorite one, and it follows King of Fighters, maybe with Mortal Kombat.
Which Street Fighter? But like if you had to pick
Oh,
one.
Street Fighter Third Strike.
Oh,
Okay, Third
Yeah,
Strike.
it's awesome. For
That's-
me, it's the favorite.
it's definitely the best answer
Yeah,
you could
it is.
give.
That you would agree with? That's the best fighting game of all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It aged so well. Like it's still gorgeous. The 2D animation is amazing.
It's really great.
It is a great thing about some of the like classic 2D fighting games is like they basically are completely timeless. Like the mechanics are perfect, the
Yep.
animation is perfect, the art is perfect. Like some of the Neo Geo stuff, especially, like
yeah.
just still looks absolutely insane. I think like that surprise game at E3 for me was the Dragon Ball game.
Oh,
with, like,
yeah.
all
I
the-
just
Oh,
played,
yeah.
I just played
I
the
can't wait
beta.
for that game.
Yeah.
I just played the beta. Oh man, it was great.
Oh, you played the beta?
Yeah, I was playing it over the weekend as well. Like, it's really amazing how they make. I mean, it's all in 3D, right? But it just
Yeah.
looks exactly like the anime.
Anyone like God Hand? Anyone?
Yeah,
Yeah. Was really cool.
it's a fun game. It's
It's one of the most
definitely
divisive.
has its flaws.
It's one of the most divisive games, and Oscar pulls it off yet again.
My God.
Oh, thank you guys for earning me a trophy. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'm not sure how many trophies I would earn in a fighting game. I will say I love my personal favorite fighting game is Soul Calibur on the
Oh,
Dreamcast.
this was really cool.
That's a fighting game I actually like mastered and like probably had like 6 or 7 characters I could do every single move with, and I could counter anyone. I basically could play anything against anyone that I needed to.
Nice.
And I was really, really good. I like got blisters on my hands from playing that on Dreamcast. And I mean, it helped because Dreamcast had like Sonic Adventure, NFL 2K, which was awesome. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And then Soul Calibur at first, and those were like the 3 games at launch. And I just played Soul Calibur for months upon months. I've played some Street Fighter. I've been okay at some Street Fighter, like Super Smash Brothers, early ones. I like played a lot, but Soul Calibur was like the fighting game.
And also Dreamcast was an amazing console. At the time. Yeah.
So many
well done
games.
So many games.
Dreamcast. We have a Dreamcast in the room. Actually, that is my Dreamcast that I brought in.
Nice.
So at some point, I'm sure we will play some Dreamcast
Oh,
games.
that's really amazing. We can play maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Okay. You'll take all comers until someone can finally beat you.
I gotta say, your distraction technique didn't seem to work.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll try harder. Like there's this series we did on the Marvel blog recently, and so someone's asking a question kind of related to it, like about everyone's favorite Spider-Man game that they played in the past that was released. So Oscar, did you have a favorite Spider-Man game that you really like?
Yeah, I like Spider-Man 2, obviously.
Yep.
The PS2, and I do like the Edge of Time, maybe. Yeah.
No.
That one was really cool to me because you chose between different Spider-Man on different ages and eras. That was really cool.
All right, it's working this time.
It's working this
Yeah,
time.
it
You
works
got,
really good.
yeah, you got one guy down. So Adam, you're in really good shape. So either this is going to be a crazy comeback.
We'll try.
Did you guys like Zero or Mega Man X better?
I think Mega Man is better. I think it's faster. Than Zero.
But I mean, like just in general, like I don't know if you guys played like Mega Man X and
I like his design better though.
Zero. He's got a sword. It's just
his design
Zero's
is just
awesome. This is it. Maybe.
I always thought Zero was cooler than X and all the Mega Man X. I love the Mega Man X games. We'll probably play them at some point. Mega Man X
Oh my
was.
God.
I mean, that said, if you made me pick, I'd pick like Mega Man 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that's like I would take those over the X games, but I love the X games. That's it.
Yeah, finally.
The champ is no. It's back to you. You.
I mean, have you seen Doctor Strange? How could Dormammu lose? Like it's
Yeah.
just.
That's
really
true.
strong.
And Captain
Yeah.
America. I mean, come on. It is evenly distributed between the first player and the second player. Soon we'll get Corey or Tim. So Tim is actually, I don't know, some of you may know Tim Salvitti from our forums or Discord. He's visiting from North Carolina for the rest of this week, and he's actually sitting in the room back with Corey and the thing too. So we may have to make them come over and take their lumps at some point too. So we got Captain Marvel. I think she's new to Marvel vs. Capcom this time.
She's really new.
I randomed, by the way, just letting you know.
You just went random?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Totally
That's
random.
cool.
Okay. So no longer going off of the best overpowered characters.
I mean, I had to bring it out for Oscar, but
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
all right.
All right, here we go. So we got Strider and Dante.
Ooh,
Oh, right
nice.
off the bat.
Good move. Good move. Ooh.
One thing I noticed from this game is that they improve a lot the
Whoa.
character animations, the faces.
Yeah.
It looks really good on the final release.
Yeah.
Because I hear on the demo was a lot of
was not
complaints that the
See,
face doesn't look
second
too
time?
good.
Yeah, like, it's really. I always have loved how just so much stuff happens. I mean, like, I don't think any of us are super skilled at this.
No.
Well,
No,
Oscar's
I'm not.
Oscar's pretty skilled.
I'm not.
I
just
haven't.
lucky. Just
But
push
like,
buttons and that's it.
it's awesome
That's all
how
you do.
like you get to see some crazy
Without the
cool
luck
stuff
part.
happen in between. So Oscar, look sharp ass. What's the design process look like for UI animations? Do you mock it up in something like Photoshop before implementation?
Yeah, we create a few
Dude, I got 50
mock-ups
hits.
in Flash Animate,
Nice.
and we create all the process of about any particular animation we want to create or any particular effects that we want to implement in game. We created first a mock-up to see how it looks, and then if we like it and if we apply it for the UX usability, we implement it into the game.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you do a
God.
lot of
Nice,
prototyping
nice.
A
type
lot of
work.
prototyping work on After Effects, combining with Flash and to see how it looks, how it works, and especially with the
God.
menus, with the panels, and with the effects.
No. This is actually a really close
Nice.
match.
Oh.
But super,
So
super tight.
I think Adam's player 1, so he's like both his characters are low. So can Captain Marvel pull this off? One good combo should take Ultron out here. Oh, the switch just in time.
Oh no.
Oh, he missed! He missed! Oh no!
Oh no. Is it
Oh,
Another again.
block!
Good block.
Oh my god.
man.
All right.
even.
This is pretty even, like 1-on-1.
Ultron.
James, we believe in you. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my god, I don't know what to do.
Me either.
Man.
It's close. It's close.
Man.
Oh.
Alright. This is the first time we've gone head to head in history.
Oh, that's true. We
Yeah.
were a team of E3 demoers. James, is that similar for you? Like when you're mocking up animation, we were just talking about kind of mocking up UI and how much of that is prototype. Can you talk about like what that prototyping process is in terms of animation?
Most of the time I just kind of block out what the shots I want, as far as composition, what I want the hero to be doing, and what I want to convey as far as within the animation. So if I'm working on cinematic, I'm going to try to hit certain points, certain feelings, as far as composition wise, what the characters need to do, and then I go from there. And I tend to work moment to moment instead of laying everything out. I kind of go and get the timing of everything first, and then I clean it up afterwards.
Nice.
We have the Blue Hulk.
So if you're just joining us, this is Live with Insomniac, and we are playing some
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite today.
Favorite Hulk?
Yeah.
I like the original Hulk.
Yeah.
I like the original, yeah.
I don't like the red one.
You don't like the red one?
I don't need that.
I like the design of him, but I don't know enough about
Yeah.
him to like him.
Oh my god. It's not
Wow,
looking good.
he's very
Alrighty
strong,
then.
man.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Oh man.
What is happening?
So yeah, like I said, we're here live with Insomniac, playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. On the couch today, we've got Oscar Gomez to my immediate right, who's the senior UI artist, James Ham, who's one of our animators, and Adam Corleone, who's a combat designer, and who I'm trying to
Who's getting his
finally
butt kicked.
unseat
Yeah.
with the Hulk. Oh,
I don't know if that's
it's not going
like
well.
way above you. It's not pretty.
Wow, that Arthur is really fast, man.
Which one?
Arthur?
Oh yeah,
Really
yeah,
fast.
yeah. He's a little guy. He should be fast, right?
Short, but yeah. That's a really
Wow.
fast combos.
I will say, Adam, this is quite the recovery. Oh, oh no! This is,
Jeez.
if I lose this after this, I'm not gonna be able to live it down because like that was an epic opening, and then it was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
No, I need Ryu. Oh, I can't lose him.
All right. What?
Oh my god. Alright, let's see. If I can even do anything with it. I don't think so. Oh, this is it. Well done.
Oh, that was a little intense. Oh, man. Someone asked, is this the first Insomniac game made UE4? We didn't make this game. We did not make Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. We were just playing it because we're fans. And you'll see us play a lot of games, whether they're old or new, that we didn't make on the stream over the coming months. So we didn't make this game. In terms of if you're asking about Spider-Man, all of our games are generally made with the Insomniac engine. We have made some stuff in Unity like Song of the Deep, but we are not using Unreal 4 for any games. But like our VR games, like the Unspoken, are made in the Insomniac engine, as are as is Spider-Man. Let's see. I think I'm going to stick with what got me here.
It's interesting how Unreal kind of like took over the fighting game.
Yeah.
Everything, right? Like.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, I have no idea what that would be, but...
Yeah, it's kind of strange, because I know, like, working in Unreal 3 was never... I mean, it's a great engine, obviously, but it was never really known for its animation. Like, the ability to, like, string moves together, like, there was no visual FSM, or visual, like, animation editor, I should say. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting to see everyone make that shift towards it. And the games are looking great. It's like they're super diverse, everything from, like the Guilty Gear stuff to, Mortal Kombat, right?
So there's a good question right off the bat. James and Adam, you guys are animation and combat design. Those two kind of go hand in hand, right? When you're talking about needing those animations to look fluid and stuff. So how do you guys have to work together when it's combat and animation side by side?
I think a big part of it is communication.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's not just about making the prettiest animation. It's we have to make something that's functional for the game. So it's for, at least when I'm working with the combat team, I don't know if you do it differently. I can't imagine so though. But we get something rough, something quick and dirty in the game just to see how it plays. Like we want to find out as quickly as possible if what we're planning is even fun. And then from there we want to make it more polished and better looking. But yeah, I mean the biggest part of it for me is quick iteration. Yep. Is just getting something in the game to see if it's fun.
And also, you, James? And also just to figure out, because you can make a cool animation and make it look amazing, but it also comes down to how does it feel. Because if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't react in time, then it's not going to feel good. So getting a certain timing of it to see, all right, if he's punching, how many frames does he need to go before it feels like his lag?
Did you do more cinematic stuff in school, or did you do
it was all
stuff?
It was all cinematic because I went and I learned Disney animation.
Oh, okay.
And then
how was that transition for you from cinematics to gameplay?
Cinematics, you learn to animate for the camera.
Yeah.
And then gameplay, you're taught to animate for everything because the player can look at the character from any perspective. You can be jumping, so from all positions, the character has to look good. So you're not animating specifically for one single frame.
Sure.
So that's probably the biggest transition, and it's a lot more technical because for combat, you have to string together different animations. So you can go from a punch to a kick, or from a punch to a jump, and stringing that together is probably one of the bigger things.
Was it a challenge for you? Or did you kind of acclimate to it pretty well?
A tad bit, but I love technology and I love learning things like that.
Awesome.
So learning that going to a central pose that can go from a punch to a kick or a punch to a jump was a challenge that I enjoyed.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I won again.
Yeah.
While you guys were chit-chatting over there.
I think you're the king of the group over here now.
Right. Well, I think. And has anyone made it through the whole? Has anyone made it through all three players? I don't know.
Nope.
Okay, so if I do that, then maybe I'm the king of the group until Corey or Tim comes and beats me.
I have a feeling like Corey's just gonna mop the floor with us.
Oh wait, no.
That's why we're keeping him out. Like the chat keeps asking for him, but we don't want to lose.
That's why he stays away.
I have my pride to think about.
So I'm gonna try and distract you, Adam. Provoking a Storm asked. Well, I guess maybe this is a good one from that both of you can answer. James, do you approach combat design from a visual aesthetic or more of a gameplay-driven perspective? But knowing that animation is so much a part of getting that feel and look right, how do you guys kind of handle that when you're designing combat?
For me, initially, it's the gameplay part. Like, I think gameplay is always king. Is always the most important part. But initially, it's always the gameplay section or the gameplay portion of it for me. But I mean, at the end of the day, it still has to look good, right?
Absolutely, and I agree. I think it's more so about the gameplay because, again, like I was saying, like it's all about how it feels.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I mean, it doesn't matter how good it looks if it plays poorly.
But exactly, and then once you get the feeling right, then you make it look better.
Yep.
Then you try to think of how you want it to look, but you got to get that feeling correct first.
I am.
How does that feel?
It feels bad. Is my controller working? Oh my god, am I gonna do something to you?
That hurt. That hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh man.
but not over the Hulk.
This is how I lost last time.
Wait, did somebody come back? Oh,
Yeah.
you brought him back to life.
Yep.
Yes!
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yo.
next hero is really cool.
No. Oh, that's it.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's because I was talking.
You're not the king, man.
I think I haven't beat Ham yet, so.
Not yet.
Alright, so I gotta beat Ham here. How did you get started in combat design, Adam? Provoking a Storm with the question there.
So I initially was working at Midway Games back
Oh, cool.
forever ago. I got my start there working in QA on Mortal Kombat Deception.
Okay.
Nice.
And after working in QA for a little bit, they were looking for someone who wanted to do design, who knew martial arts, and that was me. So I interviewed for it and got a design position. I had always been big into fighting games, action games, obviously, and then, the martial arts aspect of it helped. So that's how I jumped from QA to design.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that
Really
like
cool.
I think like the vast majority of our designers here got their start in QA.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of those entryways into the industry for sure for a lot of people.
Definitely.
Especially for people that work at developers in QA. I think that's a really good spot to start. What games did you work on before working on Spider-Man and working at Insomniac?
Obviously I worked at Midway, so I worked on Mortal Kombat games. I got my first design credit on a wrestling game called TNA Wrestling. And then from there I had moved on to a company called Phosphor Games. Shout out to all you guys over there. And we did a lot of like smaller games, like some mobile games, but we also I did some design work for Gears of War. So we helped out some of the bigger companies as well. So yeah, I went from there, and then got my shot at Insomniac, and was thrilled to come aboard. Spider-Man is absolutely a dream project for me, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
just it's so many amazing team members that I get to work with every day. It's really amazing.
So which one is your favorite Mortal Kombat game? Since you work on Mortal Kombat Midway.
I think the
Can I breathe, please?
oh my god, what is happening? I think your Hulk is just unbeatable.
Yeah. We need another Hulk, right?
Yeah, definitely. My favorite Mortal Kombat game, the latest one at 10 is incredible.
Yeah.
Like they did such a good job with it.
Yeah.
The new combat systems that they added to it are awesome. Like that team is incredible. So talented.
Ooh. Oh, you just brought Ryu back. Oh, no.
Yeah, I like it that too, but the history is kind
Dude,
of...
you and your Hulk.
The what?
The history is kind of... Yeah, it's good, but I think that could be doing better, I think. It's a really cool game.
Yeah.
You know how, like, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, whenever they have the Hulk, it, like, kind of feels like the superpower they unlock and, like, bring in. Like, oh, they have a Hulk. Like,
Yeah,
it's like, like, that's how this game feels. Like, yeah, I brought in
right
a
now-
Hulk. I brought in a Hulk. Oh, but you may come back from this. I think I got a little cocky there. Oh, look at that. Just a tiny little bar of health back.
I think you're the guy who's going to go online for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm seeing from
That's
this.
what it is.
Oh, no. Oh, no, then I'm really going to get killed. I think another chance for Oscar to, like, now that he kind of knows. But player 2 is now pulling ahead. I think that's 4 in a row, so... have any of you guys ever been in any gaming tournaments, like fighting game tournaments or otherwise?
Yeah, I did a little bit. I did some like smaller, like Street Fighter tournaments, but nothing big. And I did Evo 1 year for Virtua Fighter.
Oh, nice. How'd that go? What was that experience like?
I just did the Midwestern one. I didn't go to the Las Vegas one.
Okay.
It was fun. I mean, I got in like top 8 and then realized that I was out of my league, and if I tried to do any more, I'd just embarrass myself. It would be like how you just beat me. Like it would be that levels of bad.
Yeah, there's some level of like, I know I'm not a competitive fighting game player, and I don't
mostly just
pretend-
went for like the experience of
Yeah.
just playing competitively.
I've never played anything competitively in like a tournament situation, but I've been to some of the tournaments. We did some Back for Resistance back in the day. Like we did some things, and those are always really fun experiences. I think there's a lot of people here in the office that are kind of into. Oh, what was that? That like seeing.
Oh my god!
I got both of them in that
That was a
combo.
twofer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but nice combo or counter out of it. Oh. Poor Hulk. Took that one hard. I feel like the Master's reasserting himself now.
So Adam, of the past 5 years, what's probably been the most, like, your favorite game that's come out
Favorite game that's come out? Ooh,
within the past 5 years?
man, that's a tough one. I mean, just like overall,
Overall, one that's like you almost got addicted to it.
man, I probably The Witcher 3.
Witcher 3, okay.
I
They
think
lock
there
you in a box?
could use maybe
Yeah.
a little improvements to their
And I can
combat,
attack
but it's still a phenomenal game, and I feel like there's an argument to be made that like Witcher 3 with the DLC, with both DLC packs, is like one of the best games ever.
Okay, I can see that.
And then outside of that, I have my addiction that I'm not going to talk too
Oh,
much
my
about
poor Hulk.
with Dota 2.
Okay.
That's the end of the conversation. I don't think that needs to go any further, because that game is just incredible but life-consuming.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'd probably say Bloodborne.
Oh!
man, I
Bloodborne
killed-
came out. I had
You got
no
the
idea
Hulk
what it
down.
was, got the game for free
Oh,
from
sorry.
an event, and I kept dying. And I was upset because I didn't know why.
Yeah.
And I ended up becoming addicted to that game. So Bloodborne was definitely up there. And then a little bit more recent is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nice.
That game's just been amazing.
I mean, From Software just does such an incredible job of making you never feel like you got cheated when you die.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it
always like,
feel-
what did I do wrong?
Exactly,
Yeah.
and man, like just the level of like satisfaction when you take down one of their big bosses is like
Oh, yeah.
unbeatable. All right, this is my. This is
Wow,
it.
really tough, eh?
Yeah, I got my
can't,
key.
I
Really
can't
good.
lose again to you.
Yeah.
James.
You can't
I
lose again. I mean, I am sticking with the same two characters.
All right.
I've got my rhythm down. I know what I want.
You know, oh no, did I retry? I hope not.
We can go back to character select.
Okay.
Oh no,
we're
there you
fine,
go.
we're fine.
Oh wait, I'm not playing Thanos. What am I doing? I'm gonna go back to Blue Hulk though, because Blue Hulk, you know, matches up with Blue Arthur. It's Team Blue. Someone said, "Do we have any?" Speaking of fighting games, did you have any input for PlayStation All Stars when that was being made? References, advice, anything like? I think we gave them models, and I think
Oh,
we
really?
gave
Oh, cool.
like, but we didn't
I didn't
really
know
give
that.
much. I mean, I guess there was probably some things where we were like, hey, you know, like Ratchet should be about weapons and that sort of thing, and his wrench. But I don't really remember too much about that at the time. we definitely talked to them some, but it wasn't like, you know, they go make your game, make it work for your game. Here's the character, stay true to the character. And I think, you know, there's a lot of that with, you know, in some ways it's kind of similar to what we're doing now with Spider-Man, and I'm sure, you know, how it works for Marvel or for Capcom when they're making this game. Like, here's the character and here's the world, try and be true to it, you know, work. Obviously Marvel has a lot more involvement than, say, we did with PlayStation All-Stars and Ratchet.
Let
But
me breathe. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta get out.
ooh, going big on big here. Oh!
Oh my god.
I got out of it.
Just in the corner, getting him beaten.
Yep.
Oh! What is that move?
Dude, just stay away from me.
I'm just gonna...
Oh.
Oh!
Yeah, that's good.
No!
Stop it, please. Let me be. Let me be. No, not both of them. Ugh. Please hit.
No!
Wow.
Oh, get
No,
out, get
Hulk,
out,
get
Hulk.
some more, get some more,
No,
get some
no,
more, and
no.
Hulk, get some more, and come on!
Oh, that's it. Get out of here, Hulk.
Oh no! My Hulk is down. What am I supposed to do?
Oh my god. Hopefully lose. This is it? No, it's not gonna.
Nah.
What,
You're in a
again?
box, baby. You're in a box. Let's go.
That seems broken.
Nobody puts baby in a corner except me. Oh no! I think he
Oh,
got me
man.
here. I don't think I can.
Dude, you're trapped in the box with me.
Yeah, it's not what I'm looking for.
As reality stone him. No. Punch him.
Oh.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It's generous of you to give me a win.
You're welcome.
Collecting those L's for too long.
I mean,
Someone said
I still am.
Someone said Dormammu is always cheesing. So
Yeah.
massive cheesing.
It's very overpowered this time, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
See,
Adam
actually-
went back to the list that he found
Yeah,
that he has like written inside his arm of which characters to use today
No.
in order to win. Someone asked her, and I guess this is interesting, it's probably especially in terms of an animation perspective too, but is it hard to work with or apply real physics in a game? Because I assume you're not actually subject to physics a lot of times, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, especially working on. It depends on the game. It's probably the best answer because if you're working on Call of Duty, everything's super realistic. But Spider-Man, you have this guy swinging around the city and stuff. So you take the physics into account, but it's not the only aspect. Again, it kind of goes to what feels fun.
Right.
Because we want to make a fun game at the end of the day. So.
Is it hard in a realistic setting? Like, I mean, working on Uncharted, and obviously Uncharted kind of has like a super feel to it, but is it hard to account for physics in that sort of situation?
In a sense, yeah. A lot of times you end up recording yourself, like pretending to do these things. So you might jump over a table to see how your hands land on the table, or how hard of an impact you make, depending on how high you're jumping and stuff.
Have you ever broken a table when trying to jump over a table?
I have
for an
not
animation?
yet.
But
It might be a goal now, though.
No, I mean, I see a lot of animators, have like a mirror for facial type stuff, or you see animators out in the parking lot, like recording,
Running in circles.
reference, running in circles, like jumping over stuff. I imagine the more real life reference you have, the better in that sort of situation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if you're just joining us, this is Live with Insomniac. We're on Twitch. We are playing the brand new Marvel vs. Capcom, which was released by Capcom yesterday. We didn't make this game, but we're going to be playing lots of games we didn't make on stream with people here that are excited about them and talking about game development, careers, video games in general. We have Oscar Gomez, who's a senior UI artist, James Ham in the middle, who is playing right now, and I believe is playing Rocket, Raccoon, and Dante, versus Adam, and he's one of our animators here at Insomniac, and Adam Corleone, who's one of our combat designers, and is Captain Marvel and Ultron right now. And I just had my long winning streak snapped, so even though you may have just joined right now, it did happen. So I asked, you have to take Spider-Man lessons the same way a developer making a boxing game may take boxing lessons.
Definitely.
I think any game you ever make, you do a ton of research into whatever it is, whether that's, you know, if we're making Resistance, I think we were doing lots of like research on World War II weapons, and I know people went out and shot a ton of those guns and got audio for those type of things, and looking at maps and trying to learn the history so we'd know what would have happened in the alternate history we created. Ratchet and Clank, we definitely take Lombax lessons, 100%. Wearing a fursuit is key. I got no reaction from Tim or Corey on the fursuit comment. That's alright. No. Corey just gave a thumbs up, so that's all that matters. Oh, Groot, baby. Come on. I don't think I ever figured out how to do like the full 4 combo. Like I definitely did some of the combos that took one of your combo meters, but I never did like the full one. So maybe
with the boat at the same time.
Which one?
With the boat at the same time. Combos.
Yeah, we get like the full, use the whole meter.
Whole meter.
Or is there a way to do it? I don't even know. Maybe there isn't. Maybe you just have 4 automatic combos available. Is Ryan? I think Ryan's in the chat, and he just sent me a ... So I think that's all right. I feel like it's Oscar and Adam are like sort of the champs here, and this is a big showdown.
I feel like, I mean, you had an amazing.
Yeah, you're amazing, man.
It was really just Hulk. No one knew how to handle a Hulk.
Oscar's too strong. I have to break out my bottom tier Dormammu.
Okay, so we've got. Wow. I think Adam's going for maximum cheese. He's pretty. I think he's scared. Like, it's cheese to the max here.
I have no shame.
So we'll see. Obviously, you know, we are making Spider-Man. We can't, for PlayStation 4, we can't answer a ton of questions. So if you're asking questions about that sort of stuff and I don't answer them or ask them on the stream, that's probably why. More to come on that in future months, but this is a chance for you to talk to Insomniacs about what they do and their careers, ask them questions about that kind of stuff. Feel free. Okay. Man. Oh, there you go. There we go, Oscar. Adam, a lot of... Oh. I don't know.
What was that?
How does one... Someone wants to know how they become friends with a combat designer asking for a friend. I'm unsure if that's someone who's actually here, because I know there's definitely Insomniacs in the chat. You may not realize it, but some of the other Insomniacs are in the chat.
I'm surprised after my playing and picking these cheap characters, anyone would want to be friends with me.
Yeah, it's true. I definitely wouldn't want to play a fighting game with you that has... What is that?
Like a Gamma Assault or something.
What were like the cheapest Street Fighter characters? Was it like Dalsim with the Reach, or...
I couldn't fight with them for anything.
Probably Honda.
Honda?
Yeah.
Because of the... because of like the
No way,
slap?
no way.
Yeah, the slap.
The sumo slap? Those are the ones I felt like were always like difficult to deal with, where you just get you on the slap and just keep you right there. Agent of Doom, how does one make friends? In general? The internet? Mainly? That's how I've done it. This is pretty close here. Both the tag-ins have about the same amount of health. Oh, Hulk comes in and just gets slammed. What? She just dropped like an asteroid on you?
I did.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Dormammu comes in with the... Oh no! He catches you midair. Come on, Oscar. All our hopes and dreams.
I'm just gonna keep doing this. Told you.
What?
Wow.
You got 3 of those? Oh man!
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Oh, and I get one more chance to... Alright. Alright. Guys, if you have any last questions, let us know. I feel like this may be the settling match right here.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
So,
I got too excited.
oh, you got too excited about
yeah.
the rematch? Okay, we're gonna go back to the character select screen because I need to have my thing. Someone asked Adam, this must be someone who knows you.
Uh-oh.
Why is Transformers your favorite Michael Bay film? Has Bay inspired you to continue
Wow.
making games? Is this a real question from someone
I
inside
think
the
it's an
studio?
Insomniac.
I would assume so. It feels very... it's from Zero Cool 1000. I don't know if that name means anything to anyone. But...
I mean, I'm definitely no Bader, but...
Bader?
Yeah, Michael Bay hater.
Oh.
No, Bader.
Okay, that's... Is that a term you just made up?
No,
or is that a
no,
real term?
That's a thing. That's a thing.
Are you sure?
He's not my favorite.
Wow. That says it all. He's not your favorite? So you're saying Transformers is not your favorite?
I wouldn't put in my top 5.
I actually really liked the first Transformers movie, to be honest. Like, I enjoyed the first... I may have gone in with completely low expectations when I saw it, but I enjoyed it. Now, the later Transformers movies I couldn't be bothered with. But I really didn't enjoy it when I saw the first one. And I really liked the ride at Universal. Someone said don't Google that, and I understand why. Oh. Stop, you know... You want to?
I'm not gonna. I can't stop. I can't stop.
Can't stop, won't
I'm
stop.
a terrible, terrible person. Just get away from me.
You know, man, I don't even know how to deal with this. Wow, this is just over instantly. Okay.
Ouch, ouch. Oh my god. Little knight putting in work. Oh, go away, Hulk.
Ah!
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Remember that Oscar move? Here it comes.
Well, unless something miraculous happens, I'm gonna concede to Adam here as the Insomniac Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite champion in a very non-official tournament format. We do plan to do some tournaments on this stream. Probably Mario Kart, which Corey is the reigning Insomniac Mario Kart champion. As I give this up, because that was not question. Oh well, you know.
I'm taking enough.
Have you? All right.
At Insomniac Games, you're required to be Insomniac? No, but you automatically become one as soon as you start working here. So that's great, provoking a storm. And I know, look sharp, it went all off the rails there. Someone asks, this is a great question, Killstriker, what game will you guys be playing on the next stream? That's a great question. Friday will be our next stream, 2 p.m. We've got a couple new Insomniacs coming. We'll be playing Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, and copy right here from our friends at Bethesda. who just released this game. Bethesda and Arcane Studios, who developed the game. The game just released this last Friday. We've got a couple of big Dishonored fans in the studio who will be joining us to play that game. I'm really excited. I love Dishonored. Dishonored 1 was probably my game of the year that year, and Dishonored 2 is actually really great as well. So if you want to see us play some Dishonored, tune back in on Friday, 2 p.m. We'll have a whole new batch of Insomniacs. You'll see these guys again on different streams in the future, so continue to get to know everyone here across the studio. Guys, any last thoughts about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, or anything you want to say to all the fine, beautiful people watching on Twitch?
Oh, it was great to be here. And
Yeah.
play with you
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Yeah.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. So it's a fun game. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Had a lot of fun. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is out now on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC. Thanks to Marvel Games, who provided us with a glorious code for playing today, and now I can play additionally at home, which is also awesome. So thank you, Marvel. And I think that's everything from now. In the interim, if you want to catch up with Insomniac, make sure you're following us on Twitter, insomniacgames.com/Twitter. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Also, if you want to talk to people around Insomniac, check out our Discord channel. There's a link on our website. You can chat and interact with other Insomniac fans and Insomniacs on various channels about our various games, and also the Insomniac Games Reddit. That's everything for today. Make sure you subscribe, follow us here on Twitch. We'll be back Friday at 2 p.m. with Dishonored, and we'll see you then. Thanks.
Bye.